I'm Jeffrey Moses. I'm Director of Interventional Cardiac Therapeutics at New-York-Presbyterian Hospital. The uniqueness is there are no comparable programs because literally the people who founded the technology and did the original first-in-man work and the clinical trials all reside here. And we were the first in the nation to do a transfemoral valve, aortic valve, and we've led the seminal clinical trials in bringing this to market. The advances in structural hearts have been multiple. And starting with the aortic valve, which has been a success story beyond anyone's dreams, where we literally now replace more aortic valves percutaneously than surgically in the United States, it's extended into virtually every valve in the heart. Mitral valve innovation is burgeoning, and now we're working in tricuspid valves as well, which has been sort of an unsung valve, and we're realizing that there's an unmet need for that. And of course, the pulmonic valves have been the province of the pediatricians for years, and that's been ongoing and also moving forward. I think I can say with confidence that New-York-Presbyterian, we have the broadest and deepest array of technologies and techniques and experience in treating complex heart disease, both certainly on the vascular side as well as the structural side. Well, the resources provided are on multiple levels. First of all, the physical plant and the investment in innovation and the support for innovation is profound. But I think the greatest resource is the breadth and depth of the physician staff. And they're not just commitment to patient care, but commitment to quality and innovation. And we have so many individuals who literally are pioneering the field that it's exhilarating to work with them. The availability of clinical trials is actually one of our raison d'etres at New-York-Presbyterian. We believe to advance the field and advance care, you have to be involved in testing out new therapies. And we have the luxury also of helping develop these new therapies and bringing them into the testing ground as well. The innovation in our field of interventional cardiology is moving in many directions at once. Obviously, the valvular area in the last decade has exploded, and I do believe that as we move it from the aortic valves into the mitral valves, that will also save tens of thousands of patient surgeries a year. But beyond that, we are also moving into areas like heart failure and treating pulmonary emboli and advancing that treatment, as well as really advancing our coronary skills so that many people who really had no other options, not surgical or coronary interventional options, now have very good options in terms of restoring their blood flow and their heart function. Well, the risk profile of the TAVR patient has changed dramatically since its inception. It was initially reserved for no-option patients, and these were very high-risk patients or patients who literally had no other therapeutic alternatives. But over the last several years, we've actually moved into what we call intermediate-risk patients, and the astonishing thing about that is we found that we're actually better than surgery in terms of mortality. And now, of course, we are now in a low-risk trial, and we'll see where that goes, but this could actually become the default treatment for aortic stenosis, and the question won't be who has a TAVR, the question will be who has surgery. The success of TAVR has actually inspired a lot of investment in the mitral and the tricuspid fields. However, we are learning and have learned over the past years they are actually a much more complicated entity. And the solutions for them are going to have to be even more creative and more innovative, which is why we're involved in so many different aspects of the mitral and tricuspid technologies, because we don't have the right solution yet.